what is a beauty product that you guys cannot live without? Because I mean, look at you. Y'all are flawless.
Ooh, water.
Kate said water, which is yes.
The natural beauty product of agua.
Yes, water.
I say Neutrogena face wash. I can't live without it. I put on makeup all the time, and it is one that I think just gives me a fresh start every time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Neutrogena is great.
I would have to say Burt's Bees chapstick.
Yeah. Yes.
Chapstick.
Gosh, a beauty product I can't live without. I would probably say jojoba oil. I use it on my face. I use it on my body. I just use it like even over my moisturizer to like lock in.
Oh wow.
Moisturize. I like to look almost like greasy. Like
I love it.
my aesthetic.
Dew.
Is it dewy? Is it dew? Is it oil? We don't know.
All right. Well, okay. If you could have cocktails with anyone, living or dead, who would it be? What would you drink? What would you talk about? Can be a mocktail, cocktail.
Ooh, can I go first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would want to have. It would definitely be with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Ooh, good one.
And I would love to have, the drink of choice. Anything with Crown in it.
Green apple?
Did you say
Green apple.
Green apple. Oh my God, I actually love that one.
Yeah.
You tried the peach one too?
Yeah, the peach one's really good too.
So good. I would probably do that with like ginger ale with a lime, a little cherry, just to make it all cute and snazzy.
And a little wreath.
But I would love to have a nice little cocktail with Miss Aretha.
What would you ask her? I love that question, by the way.
What would I ask her?
Yeah.
I would ask Aretha, what did she know that she would be the voice of an entire generation? And if so, did that play a role in like the choices that she made in her career? You know what I mean? Like, that would probably have to be it.
I would say Bob Marley. And it would be some kind of marijuana infused some sort infusion of the herb leaf. And we would talk about, the small things in life. Like, I know that one of the things he loved is just being with his family. He loved soccer. So I think our conversation would be on the little things of life that he appreciated, and how did he make time to appreciate those small things when we're all so busy and moving around all the time.
Oh my gosh, you guys just had answers ready, and I have literally like 70 people. I'm like, do I say this? Do I say this? What do I think? Can I say this? But this is who, but can they all be at dinner? Can it be like people? Like, I have multiple cocktails? Can it be like speed dating? I don't know if it's Tina Turner.
Oh,
I don't know if it's like, oh gosh, there's so many. Tina Turner would be a good one. I'm going to say Tina Turner. The Tina documentary is coming out. She's my hero. She's amazing. We were just talking earlier about how like we know so much about this one part of her life, but then she's had so much life since then. And yeah, I think the same. They just like talk about lifestyle.
That's good.
Talk about why she decided to, become a Swiss citizen. Citizen of Switzerland, like when I was looking her up today and it says an American-born Swiss singer and actress, and I was like,
wow,
that's how she wants to be identified.
Yeah, she's European.
She's Swiss.
A little exotic. No big
So I don't know. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, that is a party. Like
that would be a party.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I love it. And you guys it's so like deep, like you have such deep answers, but like such fun, like a fun conversation. These are going to be such fun people to hang out with.
Yes, absolutely.
And a good concert.
Yeah. So, ladies, I have to ask you guys, what is your ideal girls' night in or out, like post-COVID? Like, what would you guys be doing together? Like, what's your epic girls' night story?
Ooh, oh my gosh.
Okay, so we've been trying to plan a spa day
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But like just a lot of relaxation, a lot of activities centered around like centering ourselves and self-care and
I want to go to the club.
Work night
and
in,
dance.
We do both.
I mean,
we
get
could
dressed
bring a
up
disco
in
ball out in the
sequins
living
and
room.
feathers in my hair.
That's exactly it. It's like both. It's
Both,
like
yeah.
we're either like in lotus, just like in deep meditation,
Yeah.
holding hands, or we're like on a rooftop
In sequence.
in sequence, our booties.
Twerking a little bit.
So it's like you have to for the balance.
Yeah.
Earn that massage.
Yes.
Yup.
Yes.
You guys could be like Charlie's Angels. I could totally see it.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
It's
Yes.
so good.
You know?
It's funny because our producer's name is Well, his name's Chuck. We call him Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was reading about that's funny.
Hey,
See, you really are Charlie's Angels.
Alignment.
So you guys are also incredible and inspiring. Can you tell us how you met and came together? And also, can each of you tell us what your first impressions of each other were?
Ooh.
Hey.
The Shindellas came together 4 years ago. We were brought together by Charles Holman and Claude Kelly, and they just saw an opportunity to present women, in particular Black women, in a certain light, and we were for it. The concept, the messaging, and the bouncy music got sold, basically.
Yeah.
We're all from different parts of the country, by the way. I'm from Chicago.
I am from Texas. I say Texas because Dallas and Houston are kind of like both home for me. So yeah.
And I'm from Bellevue, Washington, but usually I say Seattle because I like Seattle. People know it more than they know Bellevue.
So the guys basically found all three of us around the country. We were all working solo artists and figuring ourselves out in the music industry, and brought the idea to us. And what really stood out to me personally was Tam's graciousness. Like, she was extremely gracious and sweet, and a Southern, like, she really showed me what a Southern belle really meant, like what that meant with just like we've been calling so many people and talking to all of these different potential people to join our band. And there were so many people who were like, well, what are you guys going to bring to the table? And I have to have this, there was a lot of just no's. So to hear her just so humbly be like, oh wow, thank you guys for the opportunity, thanks for asking, and just as much talent as she has, like, she didn't have to be that sweet. So that really stood out for Tammy. And for Case, it was her singing the first time in the studio. She sang coming down the stairs really casually, and she filled up the entire house with her voice, and it was so beautiful. It was really powerful. Like, I hear singing all the time. I just heard Leandria Johnson singing a week before or something. So it was just her talent just stood out to me, and the way she sang. So that's my moment.
That's so sweet. You should have seen their faces when you were talking about that.
Oh my God.
Such sweet, like so nice.
Yes.
How about you guys?
Okay, so I guess I'll go next. So for Stace, I met her first. I think me and Casey had kind of missed each other by a few days, but they flew us out individually to Nashville. And Stace was the first one that I met. And we went to brunch, and it was the childlike wonder in her eyes that really drew me in. And I just remember being like, can I hug you?
She did.
Because it was just so like, I could tell that there was a desire in her to be a part of something bigger, and she always talks about that, but you can sense it on her. And I feel like I remember like being like, I don't know what it is, but I just know the Lord has a plan in this whole thing. Yeah. And like it just kind of, it stuck out to me that she was just so like invested in the whole entire ordeal and just the whole idea of the Shindellas. And so that stuck out for me with Stays. And then with Kay's, our first, it was like,
this is a funny movie.
It was literally like seeing my homegirl that I had known for years, but I hadn't seen her in a long time. Like that's kind of how it felt for me. And it was so, because how she describes it is funny, but like I just remember being like, hey, it was really like we were just reuniting. So it was just like that whole like homegirl feeling. Like I felt that from both of them, but like specifically with Case, it was kind of like, I don't know, like it was like a...
Yeah, they hugged for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird because I'm like, this is my first time meeting this entire human being, but she's like, I don't know, I just felt like...
Bestie. I'm a good hugger, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like once you get in here, you don't want to get out. It's like, squeeze city. It's true. Oh my gosh, this is... Okay, so the first time I met Stace picked me up from VNA, from the airport. And I'm rolling with my little bag, having no idea what to expect. Just know Chuck Harmony told me about this idea for a girl band and would I want to come like meet the team and learn more. And they knew nothing. Mm-hmm. And Stace comes to pick me up and I'm like, didn't know even really who I was looking for. And she got out of the car and she is so beautiful that it's like, like and I, it's like, wow, you're so pretty. And then and we hugged and we like got my stuff in the car and I got in and she looked at me and she was like, you want to go vintage shopping? And I was like, yes. And I just remember feeling, because I'm naturally, as much as like extroverted as I seem, I'm naturally pretty shy. And I remember feeling like I felt like this is gonna sound weird, but I felt like we got each other in this way, in this like, I might cry because I don't think I've ever told you this, but in this very like subconscious, there was an energy, I think from both of us, like, I really hope this works. And it was just this purity and this desire to open up and be seen. And then we ended the night by like, we were driving around like shopping and then I don't know how it came up that there was a super moon, but we're both really obsessed with the moon. Like, yes. Like we're the friend who will text you and be like, go outside right now. Look up. So we just drove all over Nashville looking for the best place to look at the moon and we just leaned back and turned on some music and looked at the moon. And I was just like, wow, this is, how is this my life right now? It was really special. Yeah. And with Tammy, with Tammy, so this was the second time I flew into Nashville and I was coming from the airport and Stacy picked me up and he was you and someone else. And I was like in this like sweatshirt, no makeup on, had forgotten to put deodorant on. After this, I was on this flight. I was just like, I think I want to go to the hotel. And you're like, oh, we're just going to go to this little Super Bowl party. It's just going to be a few of us. And I was like, okay. We pull up and it's a party. It's all these songwriters in Nashville. And I am like, no makeup, hair, like, just like, trying to keep my arms down. And so we're sitting and Stacey's like, oh, Tam's here. So I run outside, like, and I've seen pictures, like I know about you, I've heard you sing. Up pulls this like aquamarine Benz and out gets in like a hat or a vest. Oh my God. Just glamorous, just like beat. And I felt like, you know, when you feel like the nerdy little sister who's just like, hi. And I remember trying to put my arms down as I hugging her. And she had like the biggest, well, look at her, the most beautiful smile. And was just like, it was like it's you kind of thing. We were all hugging. But I remember this moment of like, being like, Tam's here, walking outside and being like, oh God. Again, like everyone's so beautiful. Like, what do we do? Yeah. But yeah, good time. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. the love in this room. Like I feel like you guys have been lifelong friends. Like I know you said you met 4 years ago, but there's just like pure energy between you guys, and it's so present and there, and I can feel it like coming from through the screen. So it's really beautiful.
Thank you.
So congratulations on your song Money that just came out, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Was it last month? It came out one month.
Yeah.
So I heard it's so good. So tell us about, how does the collaboration work with you guys? Like, do you guys have certain roles? One person writing? Are you all writing? Like, how does it all work?
We work with Chuck Harmony and Todd Kelly. They usually are writing and producing the songs, or we are all in the room and we come up with an idea. We sing stuff down a lot. We sing it all down. We get comfortable with it. We might record it. We might not record it. But it's usually music being pulled from us, what they are learning about us as they're listening to us. If they're pulling from where they see like our potential, even if we're like fighting against it or we're not ready to go there, they're still pushing for it. So it's working closely with them and just coming into ourselves individually, trusting our talents individually that are bringing the whole sound together.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great collaboration. Like trusting yourself and like, the music and what feels right for you. So important.
Absolutely.
And Chuck and Claude are really good at working. They work with a lot of female vocalists.
The best.
Whitney Houston,
Celine Dion,
Rihanna, Mary J. Blige,
Jessie J.
Yeah. So they're really good at working with females and interpreting our perspective. And I think they're having a lot of fun with the Shindellas, a lot of freedom and creativity. So they're pushing us and we're pushing them.
Yeah.
That's great.
Nice.
That's so awesome.
All right, so we're gonna get like a little heavy for a second. Let's talk about Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
You guys have all been very vocal about that and your support. We just want to know, what changes have you seen come about through that movement, and what changes do you think we as society still need to make?
For sure, it's brought a lot of awareness. I know that there's like a negative connotation for so many people surrounding Black Lives Matter, but I think at its core, it's definitely bringing awareness. It's definitely shining a light upon like a situation that we've been dealing with forever. And I'm really proud of this next generation for like standing up and doing what they're doing. I mean, it's so bold and so like inspiring to see. But yeah, I know that we do have a long way to go. I think now it's a matter of us actually coming together and figuring out viable solutions within our own close-knit communities and just abroad. And I think it's possible. I think it's just a matter of us finding just common ground. I think we're still kind of divided. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I would say basically what Tam said, and include consistency. I always feel like we fight really hard for something and then we fall off a little, like we lose focus or we get overwhelmed, and it's understandable because I think a lot of things come in waves anyways. Your passion comes in waves, and how you treat things and how you react, it all just fluctuates by day to day. So I think staying consistent with Black Lives Matter and what that means is key. And that's why it's good that the next generation is taking it on, and because it's not something that's gonna end tomorrow. Where even yesterday's work, we still have to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say I think the biggest practical change I've seen come out of the movement is the dialogue I'm seeing from my non-Black friends, which I haven't seen before. From family to online, just white people talking about racism for the first time. And I think all of us experienced this when it all first started happening, getting that just barrage of messages from people who you're the only Black person they ever knew, just being like, was I racist? Or like, how can I support you? You know, like, and it's a mix of, and that was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think one way I'm seeing the difference right now is just the language around what's happening in the Asian community. I feel like a lot of the work that has been done because of Black Lives Matter has made it that conversation a little bit smoother than what it was even when at the beginning of Black Lives Matter. It's like reporters, non-Asian people of color, white people, Black, we all kind of have more of a language around it and a little bit more understanding. So I think that there have been really big strides made. I think, like Stace said, it's consistency, and it's also learning that every one of these social justice issues, they're all interconnected, and there is just the issue of white supremacy. And so we have to fight for our communities and do the work, but it's also realizing that as long as any group is oppressed, we are all oppressed, whether we're feeling it actively or not. So it's pushing that conversation forward. And I think we're on track. I think it's just like Tammy said, working within our communities every day and just having the conversations, bearing witness.
Great answers, guys. Great answers.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And, you know, go into a little bit of girl talk. So speaking like this is a little bit different, but in your life, you know, I'm sure you've all faced your own challenges, and whatever you feel comfortable talking about, reflecting back on that, like, what did you learn from that experience? Like, how did you come out on the other side? Tell us about it.
Ooh. I know for me, it wasn't recent, it's almost a year now. I got out of a 3-year relationship, and I didn't realize how much I needed to get to know myself, especially being on this journey with 2 other incredible women. Like, you can get so lost in just trying to be this thing. And then if you're in a relationship as well during the journey, it's kind of like you get lost just trying to or you're overwhelmed and you don't know exactly like how to present your best self at any given time. So I think that alone time with myself, dating myself, getting to know myself, having like really great dialogue with my sisters, like they've really been like my rocks through this whole process. And so like just being able to have someone who's like a soundboard, who's just like, well, you know, this is what happened to me, and this is how I got through it, or this is how I pushed through, or just being encouraging at any given time. Like if I'm just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it today, I don't know, I'm not feeling it, and then Case being like, well, you should be, because you're a tan on the rise, and that's what she always says. So it's always so encouraging just to have, you know, just 2 incredible women who have, fought some of their own personal battles, but have come out so beautifully and have just been such an inspiration, not only to me, but to the women in their lives. You can just see it. Anytime I meet women that they've influenced at any point, it's just always such a breath of fresh air, because they always have such incredible things to say. And I love that. So yeah, the sisterhood has been the main thing that has gotten me through a lot of my tough moments. So.
Oh my God.
Power to sisterhood.
Yes. Yeah. Sisterhood.
That's really good. Through different moments. I've been through so many different moments in my life that I have made it a really good, like, I know how to compartmentalize and feel and just like ignore it didn't happen, whatever. So I'm not even used to like recalling these kind of things, but I know that I always think about, like we were just talking about Black Lives Matter, I always think about how we recorded Fear Has No Place, our single that came out in July, right? Of last year. Around the same time, there's a lot of things going on, social injustices and murders, and just a lot to be scared about, and there was a lot of things that were just like you were just unsure about last year. So Fear Has No Place really helped to get me through. I had to learn the song to record it. I had to believe it. And then I had to sing it to everyone until they believed it. And that was a really beautiful healing process for me. It helped me through a lot of my internal anger and issues with what I was seeing and the things I couldn't control. And I think that song really it pushed me through.
Yay. Music will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to say. That was very deep and beautiful.
You've gotten through something now.
Oh, okay. Oh. A time in my life when I've gotten through something and how. Gosh, there's been so many crazy things. But I think, like you were saying, Stace, there's a lot of stuff that has happened in my life that I didn't let myself unpack. Oh my gosh, look at me, I'm about to cry.
It's okay.
But to kind of piggyback on what both of you guys were saying, this last year, I think forced all of us to really rely on people. And in that, it was the first time I was still enough and felt safe enough to really kind of look at events or things in my life that did harm me or hurt me or formed me into who I am, or look at them and be like, how much of this is who I really am and how much of this is because I had to be strong because of this or because I had to get through this. And it was really being with you guys that gave me the sense of stability and safety to do that. And thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
But sometimes you don't realize until you're on solid ground that I think I always felt like I had to do everything by myself and I had to be able to take care of everything and everybody. And this being here and this past year, because it was so crazy and we're all put face to face with our own mortality every day, for many reasons. You can't do it by yourself. Even if you can do everything, you can't do it. You have to.
Gotta lean on somebody.
First of all, I just want to say we really appreciate you sharing and being vulnerable and just being so open, because it is really beautiful, and that authenticity is something that we want to see. Like, you see people, you're like, how are you? You're like, I'm good, but no, really, I'm not doing good. I wish people would say how they would truly feel more. I feel like it would help us connect with each other more. And this year, I think this past year, definitely got people out of their comfort zones because you had no other choice. Like you said, like you really were pushed into like, okay, well, I'm quarantining, I'm doing this. Like I need my sisters. I want that support. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yes.
To kind of build on that, what is a mantra that you guys live by, either individually or as a group?
Oh, that's a great question. We have a few.
We do have a few mantras.
But one of our favorites that we typically close all of our like interviews with or just say at any given point is, you are allowed to be yourself without fear. And that just speaks for itself.
Good one, yeah.
That was so in sync.
When did we come up with? I'm trying to think of what moment that was.
We were in the conference room. I remember that, and we were talking about our stories, and we were like the girl who found her gold, the girl who found her light, the girl who found her voice, and looking at our individual stories and like our as children's stories almost. And we were talking about how all of them were based in a fear of just fully embodying yourself and like people telling us to be quiet or you're taking up too much space or do more or do less. And I remember the three of us literally came up with it we're like, we are loud. We are loud to something. We are loud. And then it was like, we are allowed to be ourselves without fear. And then we're like, all over the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I love that mantra.
memories, man.
Such a good mantra. We do have a few fun questions to wrap it up. So like you will be able to laugh. These are going to be fun. So let's see, Naomi. Why don't you pick the first one?
Okay. Who are you currently stalking on social media?
I mean,
I can't say who I'm stalking. I can't even say.
Oh no!
my Tam's looking like everyone knows. You feel so exposed right now, don't you? I did a little stalk of Saweetie today.
Sweet.
The fashion. I guess she just went through a breakup, so she was like all in my feed, and I just like was looking at the fashion, and I was like, she is so cute.
She's so cute. She's fire.
She's fire.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you one person that I'm stalking. Young Barbecue.
Yes.
And I think it's Young BBQ, but it stands for Beautiful Black Queen. She has all the moves, and she's so funny. You guys have got to go look her up if you don't know who that is.
She's
please.
So funny.
And it's
I love the name.
BBQ.
Mm-hmm.
She's hilarious.
So funny. Oh my God. Yeah. That's
I don't know if I'm stalking anybody. I mean, think about it.
I be stalking. I be seeing you on my story.
I can't really think of anybody. You know who I do love? There's some people like I just love seeing them post. Luxury Log.
Yes, the fashion.
Art and Oliver
Roosting
the fashion. Yes.
So she likes fashion.
Nice.
Ruth Carter.
And Ruth Carter.
Yeah, Ruth Carter. You're
Yeah,
stalking.
I do kind of stalk her. She had like drawing program for over the pandemic, or basically while we were quarantined. And you could download her sketches and color them in, and she would repost them and stuff. I definitely got into that. I love her. So
Nice. She's got a modern Bob Ross kind of vibe. Happy little trees.
let's color it in.
So ladies, what is either the funniest pickup line someone has used on you or a funny date story? You pick whatever you want to talk about.
Oh. We have some funny dates.
She's like, oh.
Pickup line.
Gosh.
I think on one of my first dates, the guy farted in the car.
Oh, you talk.
It was so funky. It was so
Oh my!
I can still smell it. We didn't date after that.
That was it. One and done.
One and done.
Oh gosh.
Was that before or after y'all ate? Did he have like a
Before.
Oh god.
Like, what have you been doing, man?
Oh my god.
Never calling you again.
Nope.
I can't even think of it. A pickup line.
I think the funniest pickup line was, gosh, this was a while ago. I was in LA and I got to a party. It was like, I got to the party late. It was a dinner party. So everyone was sitting around the table. And so I kind of sat behind this guy. It was like a friend of a friend's party. And I sat behind this guy because they had already eaten and stuff. And I was just kind of sitting there. I looked cute. It was summer. And this guy who I sat behind turned around to say bye to somebody, and he turned around and then went straight, and then he flipped all the way back around and he went, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, and I went, "Oh shit."
He was charismatic.
He was charismatic. He had a suit, he looked real clean.
Ooh.
I have nothing, guys. It's so bad because I'm not even really a dater. I'm like, I'm more of a nester, so it's like, there's people that I can even honestly say I've dated.
I feel like your DMs would tell a different story.
Oh.
Naomi, why don't you wrap it up with the which question?
Oh, yes. Okay, so everyone, we're finishing this sentence. Never have I ever.
Go.
Dived. Bungee jumped.
Ooh. Okay, good one.
What did you say?
Bungee jump.
Ooh.
Have I ever bungee jumped? No.
That's a good one.
Scary.
I've never done that. Never have I ever eaten. Never. I never will.
Actually.
You think I would like
Yeah,
this
because it's just
Pandolfi?
buttery and garlicky.
Butter and garlic.
Never have I ever. There's so many things. Hold on. Never have I ever skydived.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. Bungee jump,
I haven't
skydive,
done any of that. I'm not
All
interested.
jumping into the air.
Yeah.
Like I take
Like
leaps
brown.
of faith. I don't need my leaps are emotional. It's a metaphysical leap.
Yes.
It's not a.
Yeah.
I don't.
Ladies, thank you so much. I feel like this time just flew by. I'm like,
Yes.
what time is it?
Good.
I'm like, we could talk to you like forever. Like if we ever go to Nashville or you're here, we all have to hang out.
Yes.
Yes.
Get dinner, drink.
Please.
Yeah, let us know when you're in
I would
Nashville.
love to.
Yes.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I mean, I feel so, you guys like gave such good vibes. I feel so like my vibration is like so much higher now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Good luck with everything.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more.
Yes.
Hear more.
So much.
Hear more music.
Yes.
Yes.
We're coming.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, ladies. Be safe. Have a great weekend.